Hello from London. Hi, greetings from London.
Yes, London.
This is my mom. We are on holiday here and we are going to head into the city. Instead of taking the tube, which is normally the way that I get into the city, I found a recently new formed service called Driven here in London, where they would transport you door to door from the airport to your hotel and from hotel to your airport in Tesla Model X. I have not ridden in a Model X yet, so this will be my first time and my mother's first time. She's ridden in the Model S, her friend has one, and of course my Model 3. So we're very excited to check out this service, and we'll see you outside. All right, so this is the Driven airport shuttle in the Model X, and we're ready to go. It is a 100D, and here goes the Falcon wings. Very nice. Our lovely driver, is it okay if I put you on film or you rather not?
No, I'm happy for that. If you're on fine.
Okay, so this is Kevin, our driver, and he just told us that this company actually just started operating in January, so it's quite new, and they have 7 Model X's in the fleet right now, and the demand is rising, so it's a very good sign. All right, so we're gonna go and get to our hotel. Okay, so of course I have to come find a Tesla store. The closest one to our hotel is at the Westfield Mall. And it's interesting that Tesla has all these stores inside the mall, like when I went to Taiwan. I'm going to go check it out. I'm also going to ask if that store might be closed now that Tesla said that they're gonna be moving their sales online. So we'll find out. Here it is. This one's still open. It's not shut down yet. Let's go inside and check it out. Lots of people here, as you can see. This is a Model S right here and a Model X back there. Wonder what model this is, what version this is. This is a 100D. And this color no longer exists. Here's the white Model X. So many people here. This is a sign that people are interested in this car. This is also a 100D, just like the one that we rode in on from Driven. So my mom and I had a very interesting first day here in London where we rode in on a Model X provided by a brand new service called Driven. And I found out from our driver, Kevin, that this company was started by a Tesla Model S P100D owner. He saw an opportunity to use Teslas as a door-to-door service vehicle, transporting people from the hotel and to the airport and vice versa, and also use this as sort of a ride-sharing service. So we're supposed to have shared this vehicle with other people. It turned out it wasn't the case, even though I booked the lower tier. But we got the entire Model X to ourselves, and it was a really excellent service, and our driver, Kevin, was so good. So when you come to London, support Driven. Go to drivenairport.com to book your ride. And then we went to the Tesla store in the Westfield Mall. I was really happy to see that there were a lot of people in the store checking out the car and trying to learn more about Teslas. From my conversation with Kevin, our driven driver, as well as Dan from the Westfield Mall Tesla store, I found out that, well, if you didn't know about this, when you come into the London city center, there is really terrible traffic congestion. Actually, for a very, very long time, London has been doing this, which is to charge drivers a surcharge called the congestion rate or surcharge. I think it's like 10 pounds or something. They're doing this because they're hoping to alleviate some of the traffic congestions for people going to the London city center. And I told Kevin, I don't think that's gonna work, or if it will ever work, because people like us, tourists, we like to come to London, and sometimes we don't want to haul our luggage through the tube, especially with us older folks. We still prefer to ride in the car and get in the city. From what Kevin and Dan told me, if you have an EV, they actually waive that congestion surcharge. So it is a great incentive for people of London to switch to EVs and to help alleviate some of the pollutions that may be out there. Another thing that I also asked Dan at the Tesla store is, how do people charge? Just as I suspected, and many of you who have viewed my previous videos have come up here telling me, people like me who live in multi-unit buildings like apartments and condos, we shouldn't own a Tesla or an EV since we can charge at home. Well, I have replied over and over again that is a very myopic and isolated point of view, because not everybody in the world lives like people in America, where you would have a nice, beautiful home and you have a garage all to yourself. A lot of these metropolitan areas, us urban dwellers, we do have to live in apartments and in condos. It's just how it is. But that should not discriminate us or deter us from owning a Tesla. The Tesla store told me that many people, or the majority of the people, they cannot plug in at home. So what they would do is, London has provided public street charging. So they would just park on the street and charge that way, or they utilize supercharging network, which is pretty good now, according to Kevin, the driven driver. If you are an American and you're watching this video and you have that point of view of people that don't own a quote-unquote home, should not own an EV or Tesla, guess what? You're wrong. And for the record, I do own my home. It's a condo. I own it, I'm not renting it, and I cannot install a charger at my place, which I'll produce a video later on. I'll show you just how far away my parking spot is from my building, that nobody, no electricians, not my utility company, wants to take on this big job, and my HOA won't allow it to dig up the ground and pull the electricity line. So this is my report from London. I hope you find this interesting and that I'm able to give you a glimpse into how Tesla is doing overseas and how people are living with their Teslas. Back in the Model X with Driven, and my driver today is Kieran. Hi.
Hi.
I decided to sit in the front seat today just to get a different experience, and my mom is back there. Say hello.
Hi.
Yep. So going home now. Not so happy. Holiday's over. One thing I'd like to mention about Driven is they actually give you these water bottles. They're completely recyclable, and then even the cap is marine friendly, recyclable, and this is exclusive to Driven. My mom said that she tried to find this in the store. She couldn't find any of it. So another big plus to use Driven when you come to London. If you find my video interesting and informative, don't forget to subscribe down there, give it a like, make comments down below, ask me questions. I'm happy to interact with you and help you with any questions that you have. Until next week, God bless you.